source determines weight. Source determines weight. The weight of a word is determined ultimately by the source of the word, the who said behind the what said. So let me give you a couple illustrations. So ladies, imagine, and many of you don't have to imagine this, those of you who are moms don't have to imagine this. You decide to meet one of your girlfriends during your lunch break for lunch, or maybe you meet one of your girlfriends for coffee and they get there early and you walk in and your girlfriend looks at you and says, wow, you look great. I mean, that outfit, you look great. You look so young. Well, those are 5-pound words. Thank you, right? Now imagine that afternoon you're at home and your 15-year-old daughter walks through and she does a double take and she says, Mom, that you look great. That, what you're wearing, you look so young. We could be sisters. And then she turns around and runs off to her room. Now I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, I don't have that much imagination. You used it all up. Because Andy, come on, let's be honest. If the resurrection of Jesus is here, that would come in somewhere, And what makes the difference? The location? Words at home way more than words in the, no. It's not the location. It's not the words. 5-pound words become 50-pound words depending on who's using those words. Not because of where. Because of who? Another illustration, my administrative assistant, Diane Grant, has worked with me for over 25 years, which means she either needs a standing ovation or a long vacation, or both. But anyway, we're familiar for 25 years, so she knows me well, and we're able to communicate so well, and it's a great working relationship. And every once in a while, when I need to go deliver some negative information or some negative news to an employee, she'll say, remember, your words weigh a lot. Sometimes, every once in a while, she'll say this, Andy, I think you should let me tell her. I think you should let me tell him. My words don't weigh as much. Do you know why she tells me to remember? Because I forget. Because when I see the people that I work with, you know who I see? I see coworkers. I see peers. I see friends. Who do they see? They see the boss. It's very different. We're in a relationship. It is not the same relationship. So to tease this out a little bit, okay, it kind of looks like this. Source determines weight determines impact, and impact determines outcome. The source of the words determines the weight of the word. The weight determines the impact, how it lands. And the impact ultimately, in most cases, determines the outcome. Now, if you're into physics, just ignore this. I realize this, I'm messing with your categories, okay, but you get what I'm saying in terms of the flow of communications. Now, source determines weight with the positives as well. And this is why this is so important, which means, and I'm going to tease this out a little bit more in a minute so you can take this home, which means every single one of you, those of you watching, those of you wherever you are in the world, and regardless if you're a Christian or regardless of your faith tradition, this isn't all skate. Every single one of you has unique potential to leverage the weight of your words in specific relationships. And if you get this right, you make other people better. If you were to ask Sandra what the moment where she felt most affirmed in her role as a mom, she would tell you about a short exchange she had with her dad years ago. And last night we were having dinner, and I told her I was going to share this story. I asked her, can I share this story? I said, it's already in my notes, so it would really help if you said yes. She said yes. And I went over it with her just to make sure I got the details right, and we both got emotional. So she's downstairs. Andrew's 30 years old now, so that he was in a high chair. And she's downstairs early one morning, and her parents just spend the night with us. She's down there by herself, and she's got him in the high chair, and she's doing the poke and swipe, the poke it in, swipe the bottom lip, poke. Is that what you call it? Something like that. Anyway, she's got that thing going on. Her dad comes downstairs. Her dad is a man of few words, incredible man, but, sits down quietly, waits, watches. And then he says to her, and I quote, "You are a really good mom." Now, just to brag on my wife, okay, there were more epic and interesting and affirming mother moments than poke and swipe early in the morning when getting mush into Andrew's face, okay? And to be honest, even bad mothers feed their babies, okay? So this isn't like, whoa, you're feeding your baby. Oh my gosh. You are like, no, right? That's the point. That's the whole point. It wasn't what, It was who? I mean, she homeschooled our kids for 10 years, okay? She taught them to read. She taught them math. She can remember algebraic expressions. She bungee jumped. She learned to knit because Allie wanted to learn to knit. Then Allie didn't want to knit, but she'd already learned. She did all that, no complaining. One Christmas, one of our boys gave her spinners for the minivan. You remember spinners that you put on the wheel? And she just feigned gratitude like, oh my gosh, it's what I've always wanted. She's looking at me like, will these go in the minivan? I'm like, they don't go in the minivan. She took them to homeschool day at Six Flags year after year after year. That's a real thing, homeschool day at Six Flags. And I learned, I never went because she's a way better parent than me. And I had to work that day. What day is it? Oh yeah, got to work. Anyway, as much as I want to go to homeschool day at Six Flags, the lines were really short with all the roller coasters. Not because, there were fewer kids, but because on average, homeschoolers aren't that brave. Anyway, so sorry, homeschool kids. Anyway, so the point is, if we wanted to put everything she's done as a fabulous mom on the wall, there's so much to brag about. But you ask her, that's the moment. Because source determines weight. Now, so what do we do with that? I mean, that's just true. And nobody's going to argue with that. But imagine, just for a moment, I'm going to give you a specific application. Imagine if we remembered that everywhere we went in every conversation. Anytime you realize I have a little bit of a unique advantage, I have a little bit of a unique relationship. We're in a relationship, it's not the same relationship. Who am I? Imagine what we could do. Imagine what you could do, the power of your words. So here's the application. Remember, because we forget. Remember who you are and what you represent to the person on the other side of you. It's just remember who you are and what you represent to the person on the other side of you. And in any relationship where you have any advantage, positionally, relationally, even financially, you have a unique opportunity because your words carry additional weight. And I would just want to encourage you to leverage that opportunity every chance you get. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you check out the links on your screen for what to watch next, and check out the description below where we are going to provide you with free resources designed to help you make better decisions and live with fewer regrets. And again, thanks for watching.